All right. Hello. Good evening, proprietors, head teachers, and then teachers, and then IT personals. This is just a small video to look at how we can engage the EdTech or Edify learning platform. Now, one of the things you have to remember is that, technology has come to stay. So it is very important we know how to use it. Especially with what is going on. So you see, our kids are already on social media using the internet. So I think the whole idea about we integrating IT into our learning is such that instead of the kids wasting their time to watch other videos, they just have a platform where they can go, their resources, and a lot of things there. So we want to look at first we had this website address. That was the first one that we were using, but we have a new one, which is the one down here, which is edifylearn.org. Now I realize that when you click on the first link or the one that they gave us during the training, it's not really active. It doesn't work. So you see an error, right? So we have to be using the second link that has been given to us now, which is edifylearn.com, right? Now, I also want to use this opportunity to thank Edify for giving us this platform that we are using. I think it's an amazing platform that we can all use. So, with a new link, which is edifylearn.org, you are welcome to your homepage, which you have to log in. Remember, the school administrator or whoever is in charge of the platform would create passwords and then use the account for all the teachers, as well as upload students on the platform. So I'll just log on into your username, and then of course your password, which is needed to access the platform. Now once you've entered your username and password, you are presented with a beautiful welcome to your dashboard. One thing I love about this is the daily inspiration message. Going down, you just see a bit of what you've been doing so far. Okay, so let's touch on the daily inspiration. You can teach your kids. If you have a projector, you can project it on the screen and just be using it as a way of also spreading the gospel. So let's look at our main things here. So we have the dashboard, we have the lessons, we have the resources, we have the CMS, we have the notes entities. Now with entities, we are allowed to ask students now, but I always advise that please leave that to the administration or the IT guy, or if he allows you, you can easily also enter your student's name. Now, how do I use this beautiful platform that we have given? Now take this platform as a robotic or a robot classroom or a visual classroom where students can actually go and learn on their own. You give assignments to them and then they can use or do the assignment online, right? So the first thing you have to do when you are doing or you want to put a work there is your resource. It's very important. So you have to find a resource. So the resources are the things that you'll be needing whilst you are teaching the kids, right? So before you even plan on a lesson, you have to get your resource ready. So today I want to focus on the computer mouse. That's what I want to focus on, right? So I click on resource. I have to add my resource. Then there are a lot of resources available, a lot of them, because day in and day out teachers keep on uploading resources. Please, resources should be relevant to the topic you are teaching. And then one thing I also advise is that go through the resource. When you're picking a video from YouTube, TikTok, watch the video yourself as a teacher before you put it there. So let me just search if somebody has done the computer mouse. So the computer mouse, right? Yeah. So you realize that there are online assessments of computer mouse for all grade. I think I did this. PowerPoint, okay, I also did this. History of computer. Yeah, so let's skip that. I want to add a resource. I want to add a video where the kids can go and watch, right? So I'll add a resource. Now when I come here, it tells me to upload a file. So I want to select the resource type, Now when I click on the drop down link, it gives me external links or articles. Now we want the kids to stay on the platform. The moment you use external links, it means they will be moved to a different platform. Let's say if you are picking from YouTube. Now once the kids go to YouTube, you realize that they might end up just staying there for a very long time or spending more time there. So we always advise use articles. Now since I want to do computer mouse, I'll just go online and search for a video on the computer mouse, right? So YouTube, I think I've made a video on it myself, so let me go to my YouTube account. So remember, any video at all, but it should be educative. So like I said, one that you yourself, you've gone through, you've seen how the content is, and then you can use. So yeah, I have a video on the computer mouse. There's it. So just like YouTube, searching it, you get the video being played, right? So the next thing you should do is that just click on share. Share means you're sharing with other platform. Then just copy the link. That's all. So once I've copied, it means that when I go back to my resource and I paste, they will have access to this video, right? So I'm going to my resource. I'll click article because we want the children to stay here. What is the title of the lesson or the resource? The title I want to give to the resource is just video on the computer mouse. So I just type video on the computer mouse, right? Good. Then content, I mean, we still have to write something small. Now content is where we would use the embedded link. Now when you look at the content, there's a plus here, right? You can type something there, it works equally. So I want to add my video. Remember, I've copied the link, so I click on add. Now I have text, block quotes, I have code, I have embed. Embed means that I'm trying to make the video, instead of moving or using an external link, you can actually watch the video right on the platform, so that even if you click on the video, it doesn't take you to YouTube, but you watch it on the platform. So I'll click on the embed for videos and that. Now when you click add, it tells you to paste the link, so I'll quickly just paste my link there. Then I click on embed link. Now I realize that the video of the computer mouse that I did has come there, right? So I'm done with my resource. I finished with my first resource. I'm done. So I click on save. Now you must remember your resource name. I wrote video on the computer mouse. Remember that. Then I save, right? So it says resource saved. So it's here, video on the computer mouse. I want to add another resource which has to do with the exercise that the kids would do. So I add another resource. Remember, we are using embedded link. Remember, before you add a resource to, you must go and then look for the resource that you want. So I have a Google forum resource. That's what we are using now to set exams questions or questions online, since it has an automatic grading system. So I have this computer mouse there. It's quite easy to understand the Google map, or sorry, the Google form. So I mean, you can try it and see. Now once I'm done, I have this. So it's the same idea. I copy the link, I copy it, right? Yes. So these are my questions, your class. The children will just have to click the right answers and so forth and so on, right? So I'm creating my resources. I use the article because the article will make you access your video or resource right on the platform. So article, then I want to name it test on computer mouse, right? Good. Now content, it has a plus there, so I click on the plus, then I go to embed. Since I have my video resource, I can just click on it and then just click on the link and then embed. Now once you click on the embed link, you realize that the work has also appeared here, right? Good. So I can easily also go through or enlarge it so that the kids will see it well. Then that's basically it. I finished my second resource, so I save my resource added. So right now I've added 2 resources. One is video on the computer mouse and one is test on computer mouse, because the lesson that I'm going to create, I want the kids to watch the video about what I'm saying about the mouse. Then also after the video, they do what? They do the test. Okay, so we are going to create lesson. A bit complicated, but it's quite easy. So these are some of the lessons I've created: pre-tech, network topology, and the rest. So let's look at how to create a lesson. So once I click on lesson, I have this beautiful platform that is giving me. Remember, I've already added my 2 resources, the video and then the exercise. Now the resource, you can also add a lot of things. You can add a Word document, you can copy and paste a note that you want to share with the student. I mean, the website or the platform accepts all these things. So I go to create lesson. Now the title of the lesson, so I'll basically write the computer mouse, right? Now remember, you have to also add the grade or the class, right? So that when you post it, they will see. Now with the new updates, I think we are limited to only our school. So some of these things you can skip, because in the description you can state it, or when you are assigning the lesson, which is select grade, you can assign it to a particular grade. But for work's sake, let me just add it. So computer mouse, then I'll just write basic basic 4. Okay, yes. So what is the description? So I'll just write lessons and tests, lesson on computer mouse. Okay, so you pick a date, the date that you want the kids to do it. So let's pick a date, probably today. Let me just pick today. Then duration, how many minutes? Now this is usually linked with how many minutes you want the kids to spend doing your work. Because it's online, I personally limit all my work to 45 minutes. Okay, then you assign a grade. So I want to assign it to grade, 4, 5, and 6. Yes, so then you come to create a lesson, right? Good. Now once you are done, you realize that your lessons has been created here, but it's saved as drafts because you've not added your resource. If you've not added your resource and the student access it, all they will say is the computer mouse basic 4. They won't see anything. But we've already uploaded our resource, which is the video, and then what? The lesson on the mouse. So I'll just go to action. I'll click on it. Then I'll go to edit. This where most of us are finding difficulty. Now once I go to edit, I have my lesson, which is I've planned. It's on drafts. Then I come to the content, what is inside it, right? So I add a session. My first session, I want it to be the video of the computer mouse, right? So the video, my video, let me look at the minute spent, or the minutes I spent doing this. Yeah, roughly 8 minutes. So let's get back. So duration, I'll just give them 10 minutes to finish watching it. Activity type, I think it is an individual work. So title of your lesson, so you write computer mouse. Very simple. Let me do this capital C. Okay, then description said you can do lesson and test on computer mouse, right? Then after that you add a resource. So I'm going to add the video resource at this point. So I click on it. Now all the resources are there. Remember, don't forget the name of your resource. So I'm going to add a resource. Sorry about that. I think I double clicked it. Good. So my resource is the video. So I'll just click add resource. I've selected my video. And I realize that my video is right there. All right, so once I've added my video, now I also have to add the test, right? So I'm done with this session. Okay, 10 minutes, they watch a video on the computer mouse. Then I'll add another session which involves the test, right? So what will be the title? Say test on computer mouse. Okay, so activity is also individual work. Then I want to give them 15 minutes. Then I'll say I'll still write the same thing. So it's basically I'll write online test on computer mouse, right? Very good. Now you add a resource, right? So my resource this time will be my Google Forum resource, which I added. So test on computer mouse, I add a resource. Remember, I'm creating a lesson. Then when I'm done, I save the plan. Okay, one thing I like about this is that you can actually review your lesson. Okay, so once you are done, you have a full minute. So the whole lesson will take 45 minutes. Date is this. You have a resource video, and then the test is for grade 3, and then I added 3 grades and I added 2 resources, right? Now once you are done, your lesson is not published, it's still saved as drafts. So you go back to lessons and then you realize that it's still at draft. Now before you go to draft, you can actually have a view of it. Just click on the actions and click on view so that you know how your lesson has been presented, because that's how the students are also going to see it, right? Oh, sorry, that's rather the administrative one that sees the lesson. All right, so let's go to lesson. Then I would publish my lesson, right? So since it's a draft, you go to publish. Draft means that you are not done working on it, so it's at the draft side. And when you publish, it means that all my students now have access to this computer mouse work that I've pasted there, right? Good. So let's now log out of my account and let's go to one of the students and see how they will see the lesson, right? Good. So I want to log into one of my students and then probably see how yeah. So with the username, I suggest you use their class and their initial. So if the person is called Joy Abnamwa, you can use B4JAA, right? Or yeah, B4JA. That's what I use, their initial. Remember, there are a lot of people called Prince, a lot of people called Joy. So if you are using Joy, or a lot of them, at the end of the day, you might get crashes somewhere. So the initial, which I believe is different. Now one thing about it is that once they move from basic 5 to basic 6, you just go to the platform, you change from B5 the initial, which is JAA, to B6 JAA. Now once the student also comes, the student dashboard is quite different. They have the notes, then the CMS and the lessons. So they go to the lessons. Now I realize that my work is there, and these are some of the works we've pasted there so far. So you see this work here, the student just click on start lesson, then the video is there. The student doesn't have to go to YouTube, click anywhere, it's all here. So once he or she clicks on the video, it's done. Remember,
Hello everybody.
this is tracking your completion
Hello,
rate.
Hello teachers.
Right? Yeah, there's the completion rate. Most of the time, students say they finished a lesson, but they didn't get their point because the completion rate was not set to 100. Okay, now how do I achieve that? You must try and go through every single thing on the page, every single thing that you can find on the page. All right, so you can maximize the video so that it fills the screen as you watch. Now once you are done, you see as I'm going through, you realize that it has moved to 25. Then you go to mark as complete. Then you go to the next. Remember, my resource was a video and then what, a test. So next now gives the child access to what, the platform where he or she can do what, my work for me, right? Yeah, so that's the beauty of the platform. So you realize that now I have 100%. So now Joy will get access to all the points so far as she clicks on mark as complete. So once you are done, you just go back to your dashboard and then points will be awarded. Because I didn't really complete the lesson, it doesn't even show here lesson progress, because I didn't take time to complete it. So Joy has 10 points, and once Joy goes to the lesson, has access to my lesson and all that. So I believe basically there's some few explanation. We'll do more videos, and if there's any challenges, we are ready to always assist and help. Bye bye and Merry Christmas.